6 week pregnant, guys. She hasn't been fed yet. We're gonna give her some apples. We'll start out with some apples and then we'll feed her after. She loves apples, guys. All my dogs love apples. See, that's what I hate about her. Whenever she grabs some, she takes it back into her house and eats it. She's doing that. She's also eating a bunch of beddings along with it. That's the reason why I don't really like to feed her. You know, like slices of apples and, you know, big pieces. Because that's what she does. She's stupid. Don't you just eat it right where you're at? Why do you have to take it inside your house and eat it? So with that being said, we're going to let her out and we'll feed her outside. We'll feed her right there, guys. That way she ain't got nowhere to go. She has to eat it right there. About 5 slices is about 1 full apple. We chopped it off so there's no seeds. There you go. One more? Here you go. Over there. Go get it. Here you go. Some more right there. Some more right there. There's the rest. That's about 3 apples. Maybe more, maybe 4. 4 apples. They're the small apples. They're not the big ones. Alright. So now that she ate all the apples, we'll feed her her regular food, guys. Right back. Okay, guys. So we got her 12 ounces of water, 4 ounces of cheese, 4 ounces of rice, and 3 cups of kibble. We upped her kibble to 3 cups. But everything else stays the same. With this amount of water, 12 ounces of water, later on she barely drank any. That's a lot of water, guys. There's a lot of water in the rice itself. So that's a lot of water she's getting. She's probably getting about 16 ounces total water right now. That's a lot of puppies, guys. I might be wrong about saying 5 or 6. There might be more. Might be more than that, guys. Because I gave Little Red supplements for I want to say about 3 weeks. So he had a lot of sperm before I bred them. I bred them one time only. Stuck them one time. Actually, I stuck them 2 times, but I think the second time didn't really count. It might have, but I'm assuming it might not, because the first day I stuck them, she was, and she gave it up, like she was flagging, like she was ovulating. And the second day, I stuck them again, and she seemed kind of weird, like she was coming out of her heat. So maybe she was still ovulating, but I stuck them twice. She might have more than 6, guys. She might have like maybe 7 or 8. Going by the way she looks, how big her stomach is, that looks like a lot of puppies. She's only 6 weeks pregnant. Yeah, she has about 2 weeks left, guys. Because she's supposed to be due on the 24th of this month. And today is the 6th. So she's supposed to be due on June 24th. That's a Wednesday. Might be a Tuesday or Wednesday, one of those. And at the latest, she'll be due on that'll be 60 days right there. And at the latest, it'll be on Friday, the 27th. That'll be 63 days. But you have to consider that the male sperm might not reach the eggs also on the first day that they bred. It could be a day later or 2 days later. Sperm could live in there inside of her for several days before it actually gets to the egg. So within that time frame, 60 days on Wednesday, Tuesday or Wednesday, and then 63 days by Friday. Within that time frame, she should have her puppies. Looks like there's a lot, guys. That looks like her stomach looked just as big as her last litter. They had 10 puppies, or actually 12. And 2 of them passed away. One was stillborn, and one red-nosed female passed away like 2 or 3 days later. So total of 12 puppies, and this is what she looks like. Right around 6 weeks. So she might have another large litter, guys. Little Red will produce big litters. For small balls like him, he has a lot of sperm. Because the last time I stuck them 3 times, she had 12 puppies. This one might be smaller. Might be around. I want to say now. I want to change it to about 7 or 8 instead of 5 or 6. I'm thinking maybe 7 or 8. I don't think it'll be like last time. I don't think there'll be 12 or 10. But never know, guys. I'm just assuming. I don't want that many puppies for sure. I don't want her to have too many puppies for her to take care of. I just want her to have at the most about 6. But really, I just want like 2 or 3 puppies, which it won't happen. This is way too big. Okay. Go do your thing, girl. Go. Go. Yep, go. Go poop. I try not to let her poop in her kennel. Okay, so this is where she goes after she eats. She stays in this above ground pen. It's actually a puppy playpen. It's 4 foot by 4 foot. So there's plenty of room. The only thing I see wrong with these playpens are that their fingernails, their toenails and stuff get stuck in those creases. But that's if you don't cut their nails. So you have to keep them short so it doesn't get stuck in there. Other than that, it's safe for her. It's safe for her health because as you guys know, flies don't like to be inside of cages. So no matter how many flies there are buzzing around her, they're not going inside a cage. So this is a pretty nice setup, guys. If you want, you could just have her stay in here throughout her pregnancy. Because if she pee or poop or anything, it just falls right through. Those are like a 1-inch gap right there. So it'll fall right through it. If it doesn't fall right through, you can just pick it up and throw it away. These are really good for like sick dogs that have diarrhea and stuff. You know, you put them in here, they have diarrhea, it just goes right through. It's easy to clean. You can just use a long brush and put bleach and water on it and scrub it. So I've had these for 5 years already, and they helped a lot, guys. Especially if you're a breeder, this is what I recommend you getting. I got 2 of these. These are not cheap though, guys. These puppy playpens cost $500 each. It's over 500, but I'm just estimating it to be 500. And if you get the smaller ones, like 2x2, those are like 300. But I recommend getting one of these, guys. It's easy to assemble and disassemble. You take the inside bottoms out, the one that she's laying in. Once you take those out, this whole thing folds like a suitcase. So it's just like a wire crate, except it folds sideways. Or you can have one of those over there, guys. See that? Those are also above ground wire crates. All I did was I just flipped them upside down. So the top is on the bottom. It works just the same as these, except they're smaller. You know, those are the large size wire crates. And all I did was I just put them right on top of stones. Works just the same as the one she's in. It's actually better, I think, because the gap are bigger. So when they do poop in there, it doesn't stay on top. It goes directly below. This is where the dogs be at. I'm inside the house or something. They just sit out here, chew their bone. But these dogs, they don't piss or poop in here at all. So I have to come back out here and let them out on the yard. They treat these outside, up off the ground crates just like how they stay in the house, guys. They will not piss or poop out here at all. I have to let them out. 2-3 hours. Sometimes I leave them out here for like all day, and they would not even piss in there, guys. This is a really good spot, you know, if you're letting them take their tan without being on the grass or on the ground. This is way cleaner, guys. A lot safer for their health. When they chew on this, it doesn't get dirt on there, so it stays clean. So therefore, they're not swallowing any you know, debris like rocks, small rocks, or other things that you don't want your dogs to swallow. See how safe this is, guys? These are really good for puppies. You know, puppies growing up about 8 weeks to 12 weeks, 13, 14 weeks. These are really good. In the morning, you can just, after they use the bathroom or whatever, you can just put them in here. Or you can just throw them in there. You know, when they use the bathroom, they just fall through. These dogs been in here since they were puppies. They know how to walk in here. Their legs don't fall through, guys. Their paws are big enough to not go through. Skeptical about your dog's legs caught in there. It doesn't. Puppies do. Puppies' paws do go through, but it doesn't hurt them. They just learn how to walk on it. They just kind of spread their paws, and they'll be fine. And they'll know that, you know, they'll know to walk sideways, you know, east and west instead of north and south. After they eat, they'll come in here and chew like this for about a good hour, guys. And then they'll get tired. There's no sun today, so they're not taking their tans. Here's Honey, guys. She's huge. Like I said earlier, she is big. I think she might have more than 5 or 6. She might end up having 7 or 8, guys, or maybe more. That's just too big. That's just too big to be 5 and 6, guys. If she was about 8 weeks pregnant, and this is how big it is, at 5 and 6, yeah. She's only 6 weeks, guys. She still has 2.5 weeks to go. And that's big for 6 weeks. Just imagine 2 more weeks, it's gonna get way bigger than this. Good girl, honey. That's a good girl. Yep. Exercise your mouth, girl. No matter how much exercise she gets with her jaws, her head doesn't get big at all, guys. Like, it stays the same size. Usually my standard man dogs, when they work on their jaws like this, their head becomes like a box shape. Her face, her head is not box shaped at all. But her brother, young boy, his face, you know, is like Chaplin Mechanic. His head's like Chaplin Mechanic. It looks like a box. But hers, it doesn't get boxy. She just has a big jaw and her muzzle is skinny. So this is it for her head, guys. It doesn't get any boxier than this. That's why I said she looks a little bit different than her brother. She looks more like a red boy. You know, like the shape of her head shapes more like a red boy dog. But her brother shapes more like a mechanic dog. But as far as her eyes and, you know, her muzzle, the way it looks just like Chaplin Mechanic, guys. It's just the shape that doesn't look like it. So little rat, why you standing up, man? Look how good looking he is, guys. This is the father right here. For those that don't know, this is the father of her litter, and soon to be litter. It's a repeat breeding. And that's Little Red's mom. I guess she's done chewing too. They just chilling up. They all ate and they all used the bathroom. That's why I put them in here. They don't stay here all day, guys. They're just in here to get their tan, you know, vitamin D, and get to relax outside, chew a bone. They do get to run around the yard too. Like later on when I come back, I'll let them out so they could run around the yard for about 15-20 minutes. And then they come back in here for another couple hours, and then when it gets kind of hot out during the afternoon, they'll come inside. They could be out here just like this during the winter too, guys. All you gotta do is just clear out the snow, and if it's a sunny day, they'll be right in there. The whole yard will be packed with snow. You just put them in here, just like this. They get their half an hour sunbathing, and then they'll come back in. Winter time, if they don't get to come out and the sun is not hitting them at all, they do get stale, guys. So either you let them get some sunbathing, or you give them vitamin D. Because if you don't, their gums turn white and they look pale, and they look stale, and they're vulnerable to getting sick. Don't want your dogs to be cooped up indoors all day. This is the safest way to keep your dogs locked up, guys. They're not on the chain, they're not in the kennel. They're just inside these wire crates or puppy playpen. She could chew for a long time, guys. She does chew for a long time. Out of all of my dogs, she probably chewed the longest. Like she'll chew for like an hour, and the other dogs, these dogs, they'll stop like within 30 minutes. Good girl. Good girl, honey. That's a good girl. Just keep chewing, girl. Like I I said earlier, man, flies do not like to go inside cages. That's why people put their dogs in above ground pens. Like this, like flies can go through, but they will not go inside, guys. That's just in their nature. They do not go inside cages. That's why keeping your dogs inside wired crates or above ground kennels is probably the best way to keep your dogs outside. When they're on the chain or when they're in the my 8x8 kennels out there, those are not good because the top is not covered. So therefore flies will still get in there if they poop in there. But if I was to cover the top with with kennel panels, it won't go in there at all. Good girl, honey. What's up, girl? That's a good girl. What's up, girl? Just gotta make sure you leave plenty of water in there. Their water's right there. And also cover the top like that. Cover the top so if it rains or if she needs to get in the shade, she'll just go over here where the shaded area is at. And leave a space on top so the sun could go through, break through. If it rains, she just goes over here and they just go to where the section where the rain doesn't come through. And then if they need the sun, they just go like him. He's by the area that's not covered, so he's trying to get he's taking the suntan that way, and her over there is where the sun is at, and in the middle is where the shade is at. So you gotta cover, but just leave enough room to where the sun could break through. Like here, this is the area where the sun could break through. Look, guys, she's smiling. She's smiling, guys. Good girl. Keep chewing your bone, girl. I talked to her, so she stopped. She's a really good mom, though, guys. I didn't think she was before she had her litter, but she turned out to be a really good mom. The only thing she doesn't do is she doesn't carry her puppies around. That's all. That's all she doesn't do. Other than that, she's a really good mom. She takes care of them really good, and she always cleans them, every one of them, and she doesn't step on them. That's the good thing. She don't step on her puppies. She has light feet. But she just doesn't carry them around. Maybe this time she will, because that was her first litter. Maybe she'll learn this time. But this one over here, Red Baby, she's not a good mom. She be stepping on her puppies, guys. Her foot is just super heavy. She don't care what she steps on. So when you open the door to let her out, she just walks right out, stepping on everything, whatever. She's not careful. That's just the way she is. She's like that in real life too. Like, you open the door for her to come in, she just runs right in, opens her own door, and she goes inside. Like she's in a rush or something. That's how she is. Other than that, she's a pretty good mom. She takes care of other dogs' puppies, so she's a good mom that way. But she's heavy foot. She's heavy foot, man. Look at her. Just taking sun. But that's where the light hits, so he's just laying right there. Alright, man, the dogs are sleeping. I'm gonna leave them alone and I'll be back out hour or two later and let them out to use the bathroom. Once they start making noise, I'll come back out here and let them out. Because these dogs, they will not poop or piss inside here, guys. No matter what. Like, Honey, she'll shit in her, you know, in her crate. And lay on top or eat it. But she will not even piss or poop in here. I guess she probably feels weird. But she won't do it in here. She just do it inside of her crate. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Salute to the ones in the back street. And we'll see you guys in the next video.